Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba-dum 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 bum 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 ba-da-ba-bum. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Big Bacon's Bunker. I'm your host, Big Bacon, and this is the first of my top 10 countdowns for this year. There will be 4 top 10s. Well, yeah, 4 top 10s. There's actually going to be a couple of bottom 10s. We're going to rank the Build-A-Figures that I completed this year, and then the overall best figure of the year. So, yeah, a lot of videos coming up. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, before we begin with our top 10 countdown, there's a couple of them that really failed to make the mark this year. So, we're going to do the three biggest disappointments from the other lines. So, here we go. So, coming in at the third worst for the year, we have King Sphinx from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. Now, yes, this is a big piece of plastic. Yes, some of the sculpting is not terrible on it, but the painting is very cartoonish. The articulation is... There's a lot of articulation issues on this, and the fact that the wings barely even plug into the back is really disappointing. So, that's why King Sphinx is the third worst of 2023. The second worst figure of this year goes to the Spin Masters, the Batman series, Penguin. Look, let's just face it. If these things weren't like $1 or $2 each when I found them, I wouldn't have even picked these up. This thing is just... I mean, look at it. It's a joke. Colin Farrell has never looked so bad. Not even when he was actually in makeup to look like the Penguin. So, yeah. Oswald Cobblepot comes in at number 2 worst figure of the year. So at the number 1 spot, we have the figure swapped Power Rangers Cobra Kai crossover of Johnny Lawrence. Or, as I like to commonly refer to him, Trash Can Rey Mysterio, because that's what it turned out to be, and that's where he ended up. So, that's why he takes the worst other line figure of the year. And now, time for the top 10. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have the World of Halo scale Spartan Buck. Great looking figure. Articulation is fairly good. All around, pretty decent figure. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have Jorge from Halo. Now, this is a massive, massive figure. You look at the typical Spartans in this scale, and they're puny compared to this guy. He's heavily armed, has that lovely vac metallized visor. All in all, it's a beautifully done figure. Coming in at number 8, we're going back down to the World of Halo scale for Hyperius. Now, who doesn't love basically what is essentially a giant ape in armor? This is an amazing, cool, just fantastic looking figure. In the number 7 spot, we have Jurgen Voller from the Dial of Dysentery. Look, I love... Mr. Mickelson is an amazing actor. And I feel he's being highly underutilized in the roles he's given. And even worse, he's being underutilized in the action figure community. Now, yes, this is a good-looking figure. I just wish it was a better character. But never let bad media ruin a good figure, so Dr. Voller is in here at number 7. And coming in at number 6, McFarlane's actually making an appearance on this list. This is the Destiny Iron Banner Walgreens exclusive Hunter. And yeah, while I'm not big into the game, this is just, it's a beautiful figure. The armor, the sculpting, the weaponry, it's just, that wolf set on his head, it's a fantastic piece. Coming in the number 5 spot, we have Major Arnold Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark. A figure that comes with a removable hat and a melting face always deserves a spot in the top 10. I mean, honestly, if you're not going to acknowledge an accessory that cool, then why even have a top 10? But yes, Arnold Tote safely in place on my top 10. Sneaking back onto the list into the number 4 spot, we've got another McFarlane. He managed to pull out another one. We have Dr. Richtofen from Call of Duty. Just the general sculpt and paint on this figure is incredibly well done. Not to mention the fact that he comes with a rotary bone saw on his belt, holstered, and what is the greatest weapon in the Call of Duty Zombies game ever, the ray gun. Yeah, this is definitely a winner, and worthy of the number 4 spot in the top 10. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Christopher Pine. That's right, Chris Pine. Now, I would have preferred a nicely articulated, well-sculpted Captain Kirk, but I will settle for Edgin. These D&D figures are very hit and miss, and honestly speaking, this one does seem to have the best face sculpt of any of the 6 that they released. Actually, I have to be fair. I've only seen 4 of them. I haven't seen the Knight, and I haven't seen the what is she? A druid? Tiefling? Regardless, of the ones I've seen, this is definitely the best. So, here we have Edgin in the number 3 spot. And here at the number 2 spot, yes, he came so very close. So close to making the top spot. But unfortunately, the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, has to settle for the number 2 spot. Sorry, Harrison. But the detailing, the sculpting, the accessories, I mean, everything, it screams Harrison Ford. It screams Indiana Jones, and that's what you want from an Indiana Jones figure. So, this guy's nice and comfy in the number 2 spot. So here we have it. In the number 1 spot, my Grail, and I mean that quite literally. Here we have the Indiana Jones Adventure Series, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Grail Knight. This figure is beautiful, man. Between the sculpting and the paint and the accessories, this is what an action figure should be. This is, and the fact that it comes from the Lucasfilm team is just mind-boggling. Because I've seen some real misses from that team coming out this year. And this thing had such a potential to be so wrong, but oh, sweet Jesus, they made it so right. I'm sorry, I got carried away. So, once again, here we have number 1. the Grail Knight. So that wraps up our countdown for this year. Why don't you jump down in the comments and let me know what you think? Did I miss anything? Was there something that should have maybe been on the list that wasn't? Let me know where you rate things. And until next time, Big Bacon out.